Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. But before we get into today's episode, you guys already know what to do. It ain't nothing new. I'm going to give you time to do so before we get into today's topic. I already know. So get it done. So today we're going to be talking about something hilarious that happened in a meeting today with me and my principal. So I'm in this program called Tiger Club. It's basically for those who have either all A's, good attendance, or A's and B's and good attendance. And so basically we were in the meeting discussing some things that have been going on in the school as far as for behavior and stuff. And that the day of, I remember I was in Spanish and I heard my principal yelling, and I'm like, whoa, because I never hear my principal yelling like that. So it was like, principal, is everything okay? And she was like, students was being disrespectful, because like me and the principal were like real cool and stuff like that, yada 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 and stuff. So she was like, that was the main reason of why she was yelling and stuff like that. And I was like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And the principal was like, is that mean? I had to tell her, I'm like, no, like, I'm like, principal, yeah, you nice, and I like that about you. But there are some times where you got to be mean. That's your job. You got to do what you got to do, and you can't be feeling bad for it. Because if you feel bad for it, that means you're gonna start, letting people get to you, or as far as for like walking over you. And one thing they not gonna do is walk over my principal. My principal is too good to be true. She too good to be true. So ain't nobody finna be walking over my principal. And it's just that simple. There is no if, and, or buts about it. But like I was trying to explain to her is that, yeah, you can't be thinking that's rude. You have to do what you have to do. You have to let it know to these students, like, this is your school at the end of the day. So I started talking to the principal. I was like, we was talking about certain situations that are going on in the school that are like really bad, like smoking and stuff like that. And I'm like, if it's such an issue, why can't you just kick them out? And I remember her explaining to me why, because when it comes to like public schools, she explained that there's a law stating something specific when it comes to expelling students. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, I feel like if you are the principal, I feel like that's your choice. I mean, you should have like the right to kick a kid out or something like that. Like, it shouldn't be based off no law. It should be based off the principal who's in charge, because that would be more better than just keeping them there and making situations at the school that are already happening worse. So she explained to me that, and then we also talked about some things in the school, like the principal So when me and the principal was talking about some situations, she didn't realize that I knew a couple of situations. Like, one of my friends was sneaking people in, and she didn't know that I knew. So she was like, "How did you know that?" I had to tell the principal. I was like, "Principal, the things that you think I don't know, babe, I know. Okay, the things that you think that I know them. Like, I know most of everything that goes on in this school. Like, it's really not even hard to miss. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious. Like, it's really hard to miss. Like, and I had to let it know to her, like, principal, you gotta keep up. Like, I probably know more than you. Like this school, like, don't let the size of the building fool you now. This school may be a little big, but babe, come on now. Come on. It may be a little big, but at the end of the day, it's still not that many students in this big building. Word travels fast. And when I say word travels fast in this school, I mean word travels fast in this school. Like, seriously. So she was surprised when I knew about that. I'm like, yeah, principal, I know. Things that you think I don't know, I know. Like, you would be surprised. You really would. Like, you really, really would. But at the end of the day, all I'm going to say is this. I get that people have certain situations at home and it leads them to smoking. That's understandable. But it's like, you shouldn't do that in school, point blank, period. That's something that you should be able to, at least that's how I feel. I feel like you should be able to control that, or at least do it before you come to school. But it's like, come on now. You telling me you had to come to school to do that? Like, that's irritating. And you gotta realize people got asthma. Like, don't nobody want to be smelling that. That stuff stank. Like, them vapes and all that. That stuff stank. Like, well, the vapes don't really stink, but like the smoking the weed and all that stuff is horrible and it stank. Like, literally. And if somebody try to offer you to smoke, I really urge you to decline. Like, the freshmen during my junior year, the freshmen, they are something else. When I tell you they are something else, I mean, they are something else. Mainly because of how they act. They act very immature. They act very immature, and this is really not even funny. They act really immature, and it really is irritating. And so the last thing we need is immatureness. We don't need none of that. Getting older. We're all getting older. We need to act more of age. Freshmen are known to follow people. They are definitely known to follow people and do as other people say and stuff like that. That's why I say, don't do what other people are doing, because most likely that's going to get you in trouble, obviously. And I learned that the hard way. So let that be a warning and a heads up to you, especially if you're just entering into a high school. Let that be a warning to you. But yeah, thank you guys for listening in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You guys already know what to do. It ain't nothing new. And yeah, bye-bye, guys.